Morning. Welcome back to my High Plains Life. I'm Danielle, your host, and today is July 15th, and this is episode 44. I am podcasting outside today because right now it's actually cooler out here in the shade than it is upstairs in the house in my craft room, even with the AC, which just popped on right now. Hopefully it's not too loud. There's probably a 5-10 degree difference between upstairs and downstairs, and it's pretty hot upstairs right now. So I'm podcasting outside today. Willow's hanging out with me, running around chasing bugs, and she's out of frame, but she might pop in every now and then. And it's just a nice day outside right now. In the shade, caveat, in the shade, and it's gonna heat up real soon though. It's been in the 90s in this last week, which is really hot for Colorado, and the heat hit a little early this year, so keeping my fingers crossed the whole summer isn't this way. It seems like everybody's talking about the weather though, so I'm not gonna apologize because that's what we do. I will get into what's on the needle. I have an FO. It should have been finished months ago because I don't know why it took so long to do children's socks. It should have been like a week, right? No, it took me months. So tiny. The ends are woven in. I just need to trim the tails. These are my Supergirl socks for my niece, Emery, and they're just tubes. I'm gonna let them try them on. If you remember, I made an Avonlea pair too. So I will let them try them on. If the tube socks work, yay. If not, I have the coordinating yarn, the blue, and I'll just cut in for an afterthought heel and add that on either of their socks. So, one FO, and that's it. I have done a little work on my Runa cardigan. Not much. I think I've done like 2 rows, maybe an out and back. And as you can see, I'm not much further past, whoa, a little too shady, where I was last time. There's the braid and like an out and back row. So still need to finish the upper part of my cardigan. The reason, well, there's a couple reasons why I have not spent much time working on this. One is the heat, and this is large enough now that to have it on my lap is a little warm. So that's the Runa cardigan and by Gudrun Johnston, and hopefully I'll feel like working on it before it cools down, because I'd really love to be able to wear this when it cools down. So that is my first whip. Not much time spent working on it. My second whip is my lattice socks. Don't know how this, it's in the shade, so the color's not, I think it's accurate, but it's not bright. Yay, I tried them on. They don't fit the length of my foot, but they fit my calf. I've begun the ribbing for the cuff. Yay! And I only have a couple more rows of ribbing to do, and then a bind off, and these socks are done too. Yay! At that point, it puts me at no socks on the needles. I have so many empty sock needles right now, and unfortunately, they are all, most of them, are US 1.5, which is a 2.5 millimeter, and my gauge has changed. I have loosened up my knitting since I started sock knitting. And so I need to go down a needle size now. Oh, so sad, which will probably mean I have to increase the number of stitches I do per round, but oh well. So I am excited about casting on a new pair of socks. I'm not sure what they will be yet. Probably either vanilla and a self-striping. I'm kind of feeling like some self-striping yarn right now. I still have this much of the picket left. It's kind of squishy, but there's still probably half a skein left, and it's not like I'm in shorty socks. So, sorry, please. Yeah, so I have leftover sock yarn. Not sure what I'm going to do with it yet. There's way more than a mini, so maybe a pair of shorties for me. Who knows? Yeah, so those are my lattice socks by, I cannot remember who, but I linked to my project page. And these are in my Bee Splat bag by Mrs. Brown's Bags. Yay! Hi, hello. Okay. Yes, it's morning and I'm drinking cider. It's Sunday. I'm lazy day all day today. The reason I haven't gotten much progress made on my Runa is because I have been knitting on my Siciliana. This is by Lisa Hans. The Siciliana. I am loving it. I cast this on 2 weeks ago out of 3 Irish Girls yarn, the Tray Chic colorway and the Hemlock colorway. And loving it. Loving the color, loving the yarn, loving the pattern, having so much fun with this mosaic knitting. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? When it's blocked, it's going to be gorgeous. It makes such a beautiful pattern. Can you see that? Lovely. I love the way the colors are playing together. I love the garter sections and the mosaic knitting sections. I'm loving everything about knitting this. So I've been pretty monogamous with this because of how much I've been loving it. I'm like, knit it while you love it. So can't really stretch it out, my needles, as long as it is. So now I am on the border. So I've got like 1 garter ridge of the Tray Chic colorway. And I do a couple more rows of that. And then switch to the brown. And then go back to the blue. And then bind off. But this is my mustache bag by Beady Sisters. I still have, like my Tray Chic, it's going to do the border and that's probably it. I still have a significant portion of my hemlock yarn left. So when I get to that portion of the border, I think I'm going to do some extra rows in this color. Just to use up as much of it as I possibly can. So that's my plan. Again, loving it. I love the yarn. It's soft, even with the nylon in it, because it is a sock yarn. Oh, that's backwards. Wrong side. There is a wrong side and a right side. Right side, wrong side. Still so pretty. It's so soft. I cannot wait to wear this. Loving it. Loving it. Pattern is easy. I think last time I said, how hard can it be about the mosaic knitting? Totally right. It's not hard at all. You're just doing 1 color per row and slipping stitches. And so easy. loving it. So I can check one more thing off my list of knitting skills that I've done. Mosaic knitting. That is all my works in progress. And speaking of marking things off a checklist of knitting styles, I guess, I have been stalking. Christy, I blame you for this. Patterns that involve stacked increases. Most of us have all seen the fox paws pattern, and yes, that's using stacked increases and decreases, and it's amazing. A lady in my knit group is doing the Amimon, say that 3 times fast, Amimon Maritime Socks by Olya Amamono, hence the Amimon socks. They are awesome. Way cool construction, stacked increases. I linked to it on the show notes. Look at them. Also, the Turkish garden shawl is also by Olya Amamono, and that is something that I will probably do instead of the socks, because like I said, I'm feeling in a self-striping mood for socks right now, and they look so, it looks so difficult, but I guess it's just, making a bunch of increases in pattern. So I really want to try it, but I'm thinking of the Turkish garden shawl instead of the socks. Sorry, the sun is moving. Because it looks a little easier. Because you just do the stacked increases. There's rest rows in between the pattern rows, and you don't have to worry about doing the foot shaping for a sock. So thanks, Knit Group, for enabling me more. And adding more to my favorites and my queue. Yay! So that's what I've been stocking right now. I have no acquisitions to discuss, and that's a good thing, because trying to keep the budget for our trip to Croatia and other travels we'd like to take this summer. So no acquisitions. That's it for On the Needle. Now for Under the Needle. I showed you my finished table runner last week with the bear paw block. Yeah, sorry. And what I've been doing now is hand quilting another table runner. This is the one that I finished a year ago, maybe. I'm done with the pineapple blocks. I did not bring it to show because it doesn't look like much right now. I've just started the hand quilting. So I'm working on that. And continuing to add to my hexie block project. Oh, sun, shade. Okay, sorry. Oh, I forgot. I do have one more whip for On the Needles. This is my prayer shawl for church. Of course, I'm in the middle of a row. Why should I make it easy? I'm about 2/3 done with it. Again, simple triangular shawl, top down. I started with 3 skeins of this yarn. I am almost done with this one. There's not much left. So that would be 2/3. And then the last third, I have 1 skein left. Yes, it's acrylic, it needs to be washable. So that's my prayer shawl. I'm sorry it doesn't look like much. Again, it's just a simple garter stitch triangular shawl. I have decided my next shawl for prayer shawl ministry will be crocheted. because these ladies whip out crocheted shawls left and right like a stock car pit crew. So, um, and I'm like, okay, I think I'll crochet my next one instead of taking the time to knit it. So that's the plan. I also have no spinning to show you. I have not been participating in the Tour de Fleece this year. Although I have watched some of the stages, well, portions of the stages of the Tour de France. I'm not into cycling big, but love looking at the scenery, and some of it gets exciting when somebody decides to break away from the, however you say it, peloton, and make a run for it. So that's always, woo, go cyclists. Sorry, being serious, not making fun. So that's it for On the Needle and Under the Needle. As for In the Garden, yard work continues. Again, it's, weeds are a never-ending problem. And you can see some of my perennial garden right there. I just have about a 5-foot border along between the fence and the grass, and that is planted with perennials. The yellow yarrow was a surprise. It was supposed to be a shorter red-flowered plant. So there is actually catmint and augustaki hiding behind the yarrow. So that's going to be moved this fall further down towards the end. One, because that'll be the yellow flowered section, and to put them in back where the taller plants belong. So, and I have perennials on the other side of the yard too, and that's also where my hops are planted. And my garden. Let me just show you my horrible lawn. And my new fence. Look at my new fence behind me. That's right. Okay, I'm just skipping along. Fences in the garden, sure. We have a new fence that kept blowing down every time the wind gusted over 20. The neighbor and I both have dogs, and they had fun playing together, got tired of picking up big dog poop. So, trying to coordinate with the other owners in that house. There are renters in there right now, so it's kind of going through the property managing company to the owners and back to us. So I couldn't wait any longer. Wanted to keep the dogs in the yards, So just went ahead, paid to have the fence repaired, got a receipt, and intend to present them with that receipt for the shared fence line and request reimbursement for their half. I have emailed the property owners with this, so I hope they respond in a timely manner and we don't have to twist arms to get the money out of them. I did research Colorado statutes. It's a statute, so I don't know if I guess it's state law. Colorado actually has like an entire section of fencing laws. And it says that fencing is located on the actual boundary line belonging to both property owners. Both owners are responsible for maintenance and repairs of the fence. So, I did my research. I have the statutes to back myself up and included that with the email. So hopefully, they won't try to back out of it. And it states that if you're not reimbursed within 30 days or repairs aren't made within 30 days, then the owner who served notice may make repairs, which I did, and get compensation for half of the cost. And a small claims court can be complaint can be made. So hope it doesn't go to that. Hope the house owners, again, respond in a timely manner and are just willing to work with me. Because if not, then I have to get the badass Danny out. And I hate to say, I'm a really persistent nagger. And I can be mean. Try not to, I try to treat others with kindness. Yeah, but I've got a mean side. So, again, hoping it doesn't come to that. And everything works out quickly. So that's it for in the garden. As for in the bee yard, I'm a horrible beekeeper. Let's just leave it at that. Hopefully I will have some video to post here. If not, check out my Instagram page. It will be uploaded to the Instagram stories, I'm hoping, of my last visit to the bee yard and bee yard check. And there's a surprise. So I think you can figure it out, but yeah, so hopefully either here or on my Instagram stories, I will include a video of my recent bee yard visit. And my Instagram name again is DannyGirlCO, just like Ravelry Instagram, Periscope. They can be found as DannyGirlCo on all of them for Danny Girl Colorado. And that's all I have for you in the bee yard. Off topic, I already mentioned the fencing repairs. I intend on getting up and out of the house and being first in line at the ticket office tomorrow morning for the Sky Sox ticket office so that I can purchase some tickets for Tuesday night's game. They charge, I went to order them online. You can print them out for free, but they have a processing charge. For ordering 10 tickets, it was $25. It's $2 Tuesday. The tickets were $20. The processing fee would have been $25. No, that's ridiculous. So going into the ticket office, I'm sorry the sun is moving on me. I'll just be in the sun. Going to the ticket office and picking them up in person. And hopefully we'll all have a good time at the ball game Tuesday night. So, how can you turn down? It's $2 Tuesday, $2 parking, $2 tickets, $2 beers. That's right, folks. So yeah, good time. My sister and brother-in-law and nieces are visiting this next week. They arrived this week and stay for 5 days. They're going to go to the ball game with me. I'm hoping to have some funny activities planned for them. We can always go to the zoo. There's tons of babies there this year. We have a baby orangutan, the baby giraffe. There's wolf pups that are 2 months old. So just hoping, the girls enjoy that. The Colorado Renaissance Festival continues through August, and that's about an hour away. And the El Paso County Fair is actually going on through this weekend. So, yeah, and maybe through Wednesday, I think. Not sure. And, thought we could check out what's going on there. And if you have any ideas to keep a 6, 4, and 2-year-old entertained, help. So obviously I've done the Pinterest route, but any additional advice would be welcome. Thanks. There's Willow chasing bugs. Crazy girl. I haven't really been watching or listening to anybody new, except for I've had her on my feed for a while, but I've been following her for a while, but for some reason I wasn't receiving notifications and it wasn't popping up in my feed. I hate the new Instagram process for deciding what you see and what you don't. I'm like, it's annoying. Okay, that's my rant. But a wing and a prayer farm. Awesome. They have a small farm in Vermont. She raises Shetlands and Cormo, I think, and Cormo crosses. And she's got alpaca, a couple donkeys, Peppy the pig, dogs. It's a working farm, and it's so much fun to watch her take you through her day. You know, the work day, they put in a lot of work, and it's a lot of physical labor, and it's fun to see that. And also who doesn't like lambs? Come on, they're cute. And she does natural dyeing. After she shears her sheep, she sends it to a local mill for processing, gets the yarns back. She has a dye garden, and she naturally dyes all this yarn. So her motto, I guess, motto's wrong. Mission. Her mission is to try and use and provide things as locally as possible and just to have a sustainable life, pretty much. And I'm expressing that wrong. Highly encourage you follow A Wing and a Prayer Farm on Instagram. Her Instagram stories, I always smile watching them. Get a kick out of it, and it's educational. So that's pretty much all I've been watching recently. The only thing new. Everything else is I pretty much talked about before. Try and spend as much time outside in the summer as possible, especially in the mornings. You know, I get up and do my yard work while it's cool, and until the sun and the heat forces me back inside to the AC, and then might do a little housework and knit, because that's my life in the summer. Sorry. So yeah, it's been a little short this week and not much to show you or talk about. I just rambled for a while. Thanks. But that's pretty much it. Not much has happened. It's summer, you know, things heat up and get slow, and, you know, hotter the temperature, the slower things move. So, just keep knitting. I can be found as Dana Girl Co. on Ravelry, Instagram, and Periscope, and show notes can be found at www.myhighplainslife.blogspot.com. Thanks for watching. Bye.